Hello. Yes, I am NickRPGreen. Thank you all very much for inviting me along to a little speed run marathon. As you can probably tell from my accent, I'm not American. I am from the UK. And it's delightful to be here. You might remember me from Summer Games Done Quick 2023. I ran Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes. I did announce at the end of that run that my wife was pregnant at the time, and our son Alex is about to hit his first birthday, and I couldn't be a prouder dad. But I am going to be going into Metal Gear Solid 3 as Snake, and Snake is no use without his support team, so I've brought along a very crack squad support team to assist me. Ateatree?
Hello, Agent RP-Green. Just wanted to remind you that this is strictly a research mission. Complete the first high-altitude, low-orbit jump, then execute your batricological mission and extract safely. No combat required. And if you want to know more about batricology, you'll have to ask Paramedic.
Okay, so let's go over to Paramedic.
Hello, I'm OGHappydude. The OG stands for old guy. I don't have an elaborate introduction like that, but I'm just happy to be here.
That's good. It's right in the name, after all.
Yeah.
I don't remember Paramedic sounding quite like that, but it'll do. Yeah, right, let's get this run underway. It's one last quick check of the options. So we are going to be running a new game. I want to select I like MGS3. Selecting I like MGS3 unlocks a bunch of extra camouflages, and one of those is very, very useful for the runs. So select I like MGS3, and of course we are running on the European extreme difficulty. As you can see by the text in the bottom right hand corner, it does mean that whenever I get seen by the enemy, is an instant game over. There are no alerts. There is no running around and then trying to hide. It is an instant game over and we restart the room. So thank you to, I'd say thank you to everyone who donated for the Keratin incentive, but I understand it was the one really big $5,000 anonymous donation. So to whoever that was, thank you so much. Let's get this run started in 3, 2, 1... Go!
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
We got a lovely little introduction there from the one and only David Hayter.
I was going to say, this will be about all the Hater will get for today.
Unfortunately so. There are a couple of unskippable cutscenes, but they tend to be dialogue from other people. So we straight into the jungle. We're going to do a couple of rolls up here. Our first mission straight away is to retrieve a backpack. Snake sort of fumbled his landing a little bit, so we've got to go and grab the backpack, pop down, and now we have a weapon, and that's very important because collecting all of the keratin frogs isn't really the right term. We have to shoot them, or hit them with grenades, or anything that sort of makes an impact on them. So we're going to do our very first frog right here. Roll up here, turn around. He's just there on that little hill. He gives a whacker whacker.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
That is one frog down, 63 frogs to go. They are not all as simple as that. The first couple are relatively simple. We move it into swampland. We're going to get around these Indian gavel crocodiles. They are just crocodiles. A little bit of rolling up here. We've got our next frog. We get a little bit of a closer look at this one. There he goes.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. Good, I'm going to have time to get that dialed in over the next 62 of them.
Wait, do I need to waka waka too?
It couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here in Dreamuchi North, we're going to use our first speedrun trick, the quick headshot, by very quickly aiming at a guard and standing up on tiptoes. Snake is in perfect line of sight to give them a quick headshot. The second trick there was a rolling trank shot. Guards don't go down in one trank hit, but if you trank hit a guard and then roll into them, there we go. Shot the
two moves combined basically increases their stun value to the point where they're knocked out. Yeah.
Exactly. Next character. So I need to get a couple of quick headshots on these guys here. That's one. That's two. And then we're going to be introduced to guard priority here. I'm going to...
Oh,
Made a slight error of judgment there. That's all right.
Snake.
Quickly
Snake.
run that one again. Quickly run that one again. So shoot the frog. If I do mess up a room, I do have to shoot the frog again. It doesn't continue. Oh, all right. I'm just gonna slow this down a little bit. There we go. So the guard there got distracted by my shots. I do need to just take him out. So we'll do this a little differently than from before.
Begin the alert status.
There we go. He's been taken out. That's fine. We'll just run around him. And all we've got to do now is get out of the room before those guards come. Should be fine.
but the classification of a room is not defined to the individual room on the screen. It is leading out of the with a transition.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're now, so Razvet here, we're now in a new room. It's the sort of technical term that we use for it. So roll up there. We took a guard out. We're not going to grab the keratin in here just yet because I want to get through this room quickly. Hit that guy and move into this little cutscene here. So Snake has been sent in to rescue Sokolov, who is a Russian defector. And that's going to go absolutely fine. Or it would have done if Ocelot here hadn't turned up. We've shot another frog!
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
And we are now done with the opening section of the game, the Virtuous mission. Sokolov has been taken away. We're going to run after him. Unfortunately, when we get here, we're going to meet our mentor, the boss. The boss is going to throw us off a bridge, and the mission is going to be a failure. We're just going to play a little bit of Trauma Center before we move on. So just cure Snake of a few cuts and bruises that you'd expect to get from falling off a bridge.
Everyone had their DS styluses handy, correct?
Skip the save boss there. And we now move into the main bulk of the game. This is Operation Snake Eater. And we start at night. Ooh, atmosphere.
Can I ask a question about the frog sound?
You certainly can.
Why does it sound like one of those tubes that you turn upside down and it sounds like a cow or something? Why does it sound bad?
It does sound a little bit like that. They are battery operated. If obviously we weren't in a speed run and we had time, then you can just stand there and slowly shoot a frog continuously over and over again, and eventually its battery will wear out and it sort of goes off with a click. And then further shooting it does nothing. It's quite a sad little noise that it makes.
So you kill the frog?
Essentially, you do.
You run it down, but
yeah, you run the
to answer Kyle's initial question, I believe the answer to that is Hideo Kojima, and there will be no further elaboration.
I didn't know there was such deep frog sound lore. This is great.
To be honest, any question about Metal Gear Solid can be successfully answered with the answer Hideo Kojima.
In all likelihood, yes. Except for maybe Cynthia Harrell and a few other notable, but that's later.
We're doing a little bit of backtracking. You wouldn't normally come back here in an 80% run, but in the 2 days that have passed between the Virtuous mission and Operation Snake Eater, somebody went and moved all the frogs. We don't know who, but they are required for us to go back and shoot these ones. The only thing is that at this point in the game, we don't have a gun. We met up with I had a gun right at the start, but we skipped a cutscene where we meet up with the boss, and the boss dismantles Snake's only handgun. So we're going to be taking a slightly different route here with these frogs. I'm going to grab these chaff grenades. I've got some stun grenades on me, and I'm going to throw a stun grenade, warning for a white flash. Oh, a little lower. There we go. So yeah, for the next sort of few frogs, instead of shooting them, I've got to throw grenades at them. It's not too difficult for most, but we've got a couple where it gets a little tricky. But we'll come to those when we get there. I'm going to do a little bit of stuff in my menus. First, equip a face paint that means that I can breathe underwater indefinitely.
Again, Kojima.
Yeah, that is.
You were thinking about asking.
Yep, that is the reason. Oh, I have the mic out for some reason. There we go. And swap to my grenade. So we're sort of set up for the next little section of this run. So now we're going to go back through the rooms that we passed over on the way in. So we've got another frog in here. So back through Swampland as we did before. Roll up here. Past the crocodile. Past this crocodile. And then just to get to here, I'm just going to throw... You can see the frog there. I'm just going to throw that. We hear the waka waka.
Waka waka.
And that confirms that we've got the frog. Has anyone been counting the frog so far? I've completely lost count of where we're up to.
That'd be a
Twitch
negative.
chat, go.
Now we get to move through here. This now becomes one of the harder rooms. So the frog that I just got, I managed to take him out with the explosion of the grenade. I'm not so lucky in here because there's guards in here. An explosion will immediately get me alert. I have to hit it directly with this chaff grenade. First try.
From downtown.
Here I'm cooking a chaff grenade again as I run past that guard. There's a glitch in MGS3. It's not in every single version of the game, but certainly this is the Master Collection, which was released last year, which is based on the HD edition, which came out on Xbox 360 and PS3. And there's a glitch where if you cook a grenade, it hides Snake's footsteps from all guards. We can still hear them, but the guards can't, and we use that quite often. I've got another chaff grenade throw here, so I need to concentrate on getting this lined up correctly. We're going to go around the here. I'm a little far forward, so there should be about right. Yes! Beautiful.
Perfect.
And those are probably the two most difficult frogs to hit in the run, so I'm really pleased to get those out of the way nice and quickly. So we move into Razvet, and we are slowly coming into our first boss fight. The first boss fight is the Ocelot unit. And whilst I say it's a boss fight, these guards are treated the same as any other guards, meaning no getting spotted. It is an instant game over if I get spotted.
Right.
So I am going to...
Even in a non-EE run, this is something of a puzzle box of an encounter, but doubly so when you can't be so much as seen.
We grab the cardboard box, one of the most powerful items in the speedrun. But I'm going to concentrate on this fight because it is, as the teacher just said, a bit of a puzzle box. So I need to do a little bit of inventory management. I want my MK22 out, and I can put chaff grenades away. I'm not going to use those. So we shoot this guard here. I'm going to run down to this window. Shoot this guard here. Run to this window. There's going to be a guard here. Shoot him. Roll over. For a stun grenade, and there's 3 guards out here. Hopefully they all get hit by that stun grenade. Yep, they're all down. Lean around this corner. Hit this guard. Roll down. The guard that I shot over here earlier, he's not quite down and he will spot me, so I'm now going to headshot him. We're going to take out this guard over here. Got him. And there is 1 guard left. And he's down. Oh.
Excellent work. Really fantastic.
That was so impressive.
That is the Ocelot unit. And of course, we've got a frog.
Ribbit.
Going to equip the cardboard box ready for later. And move into Chione Purud. We're going to do a little bit of swimming in here. I equipped a face paint, which means that I have infinite breathing, which is really handy. And then we're going to swim over. There's a frog underwater. Going to avoid the crocodiles and move on through. But we're just doing a bit of swimming here. So now's probably a really good time for any donations.
Absolutely. We've got love coming in for this run, including $15 from Caro in a box that says, Froggers, let's go, Nick. Thank you so
Caro.
much. Appreciate it. And then we've got $50 from Wayward that says, what a thrill.
Sorry, you started singing the song and I just immediately went into the salute pose.
That's the natural reaction. I appreciate
Indeed.
it.
I did hear that I triggered that just before the codec came in. Bolshaya Pass South, we've got a few different things that we need to do here. First thing, I'm going to take a shot here. It's going to distract a dog further up in the room. I need to make sure that I avoid that. There's some claymore mines on the floor. And I've got to get around those. Make sure I don't get seen by any of the dogs here. I think I'm fast enough, so we should be good. And climb up this tree to get over the electric fence. And we're now going to say hello to everyone's favorite item. That's right. It's the cardboard box. And I'm not joking when I say it's the most powerful item in the game. It's absolutely, superb in a speed run. Turn over here. I want to take out that guard first. Now take out that guard. Take out the frog. Got the frog. And there's going to be a dog as well. And take out the dog. That was a tranquilizer gun. Just so that the dog is having a nice nap. The dog is not dead. The dog is just having a nap. So yep, that was all good. Into Bolshaya Pass base. We're going to use a few tricks to take out a few different guards in here. So this guard here, first of all, we're going to run up here and CQC slam him. You do get a very, very small window in European Extreme before a guard actually sort of realizes that you're an enemy. We're going to do a trank roll through this window. Like that. The frog is under the desk. Grab another suppressor. Oh, I think I should. Yeah, I should be okay here. We shoot some barrels. Those guards technically are dead, but those kills are not attributed to Snake. They count as environmental kills, and environmental kills do not count as Snake killing. So that's really handy. We now have our first proper boss fight, which is Ocelots. And I do have to shoot the frog in the middle of the fight. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to shoot the frog that's over here. Got him. And now I need to headshot him. I think that was a headshot. Yep, that's good. So that I can overarm throw there.
Yeah, just like any normal enemy, as you can see, Ocelot has two bars. The top bar, which is his health bar, and the bottom, which is stun or non-lethal. He also has the extra benefit of having, you can see how many bullets are in each of his revolvers. So if you're doing the fight casually, you may be aiming for when he's reloading as far as opportunities to hit him. But Nick is getting a little more aggressive than that for obvious reasons.
And that's the fight.
Good job.
Good.
Thank you. We're rewarded... any percent, excuse me. Take a left here. We're rewarded with the animals camo. Most of the bosses in the game, if you manage to beat them non-lethally, which is what we did, reward you with their camouflage. The animals camo is really useful in the run because it means that Snake's hands won't tremble if he's low on stamina. And one thing that we kind of, one of the big mechanics in Metal Gear Solid 3 is the survival aspect of it, using camouflage, eating, capturing animals and stuff. And we kind of want to ignore that for the most part. We do a little bit of eating in an all Keratons run, but for the most part, the animals camo is going to be fantastic to mean that we can still keep aiming properly when our stamina is at nothing towards sort of the middle point of the run. Climbing through the cave. This is one of the longer rooms for sort of side tracking to get the Keratin. Thankfully, as we're on the nice handy dandy PC version, the cave isn't super dark anymore. If you ever played this game on PS2 or even PS3 and Xbox 360 when the HD edition first came out, this cave you just could not see at all. So yeah, it's so lovely. So lovely to finally have a native PC version of Metal Gear Solid 3. You don't understand how long Metal Gear Solid 3 speedrunners were waiting for the Master Collection to finally come out. So now that we've got the frog, we're just going to make our way back through the cave, back to the normal any percent route. So you saw that I almost went through this hole and then corrected myself. We'll just do a little bit of crawling through the cave.
By the way, circling back on your question earlier, chat did step up and they have counted currently 15 frogs that you've tackled.
Nice.
Wow, wow.
That's going to be a waka waka from me, chat.
we are getting close to the next boss fight. And this boss fight is... it's a real pain.
I can't
Hold on a
believe
second, I
you'd
think-
be like that.
That
No.
sounds like it was a play on words to me.
Yeah,
Just maybe.
if the jokes sting now, you're not going to like what comes next.
I've always heard you catch more flies with honey. Does that apply to snakes too?
I don't believe we have any with us.
That one was a stretch.
We're all just trying here.
Before we go into the boss fight with the pain, we can shoot the frog, and I want to take a right there. Excellent. There's some life meds there, which is really handy. So for this fight is kind of horrible. We need to be getting headshots on him, and the pain's headshot hitbox is a bit awkward. It's not right in the middle of his head, so it's really easy to miss some of these shots. But that's phase 1. That's not the end of the fight just yet. We now go into phase 2, where he's taken his mask off, and you can see his lovely, charming face underneath. Grab the MK22, and hopefully we can just get through this fight. Oh, and one more grenade, one more smoke grenade on him. Get rid of the wasps or the bees, and that is the pain.
Very well handled.
I remember playing this casually, and I just was having tough time with that fight, and just to see it completely breeze through. Like, I went through a lot of pain as a kid.
Honestly, chat is buzzing about that fight.
Nice.
I'm loving these puns. So good.
Uh-oh, be careful. Don't unlock the full power of chat. Although maybe you already did. Chat, get those donos in with those puns. Let's really make them grow.
Yeah, Kyle, if you want to be prepared, end and fury. If you just want to start kicking around puns for those.
All right.
There.
Okay.
Fear is coming up next.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
I'm going to swap guns here so I can conserve ammo. Get the next frog. And here we see the power of the cardboard box. We use the cardboard box whenever we go up a hill because Snake has a slowdown animation when he goes up and down hills. He doesn't have a slowdown if he's in the box. And as such, the box becomes so powerful for this. We're going to get our next frog straight away. Oh, missed. Got him. And now we go for our really, really long swim. And so this is this room and the next room are the reason for the face paint that gives us infinite breathing. In an any percent run, you wouldn't normally use it. You'd usually get to about here, come up for air, go back down again, and you'd be fine. But the next room becomes significantly easier because we're going to do this is going to be a room that you wouldn't normally visit in an any percent speed run. The only reason to come into this room is to get the Keratin frog. So we move into Ponahove West. Gonna go straight underneath the water. Swim over. I've got to make sure that I stay relatively low. There are guards and they will spot me. But as long as I'm low, you can see I've got a 95% camo rating. Get around this corner. The frog is there. I can just about make it out. Don't think I hit it. Got it. There we go. I shot the frog.
Waka, waka, waka.
Wacka.
That's more like it.
You know what? You got the spirit. Close enough.
I'm getting close.
And Nick, do we have time for any messages from Kyle and from the chat?
Give me 1 second. We're going to do one very important thing in this next room. The end is a boss fight that comes up, and we're going to do some damage to the end here because he appears here. You can actually take him out completely, but we don't want to do that just yet.
Yes, we're just going to accelerate his end instead.
Yes, I am low on stamina,
Tasty.
so I'm just going to quickly eat that. and try and hit that guard again. Just want to make sure I hurry up before the end leaves. There we go. We're fine. Oh, and a frog. There we go. The end has now taken a bunch of damage. That means he's going to start his boss fight later with less health and stamina. But yeah, we're now just going to make our way through the warehouse and towards the lab. So yeah, now is a great time for any donations or messages.
Yeah, you got it. I do want to announce we have just opened up our next incentive. It is to play the Herald of Darkness chapter in Alan Wake 2, which is our next run. That is $1,000 we want to raise to get that chapter unlocked. So let's get those donations in. Send your puns about the bosses of this game. Send your best frog sounds, whatever it is. Let's try to get this met before the end of this run so we can unlock that chapter for Alan Wake 2.
Show me the clicker, chat. I want to see the champions of light.
So unfortunately, just got spotted by that guard there. So we'll just run this room again. But do keep the donations coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a challenge for the chat. We're getting 64 keratins. Is that right?
That is correct.
And we are at 30,000 and change right now. Let's see if we can get to 32,000 by the end of the run. $500 total raised across the event for each keratin we're getting here. So let's try to get another $1,700 here by the end of this run to give our love to those sweet keratins as we're running them out of batteries, I think. We do have a $10 donation here from Sweetless. No comment, but thank you so much for that generosity. And then we had a $50 donation from The Slain Man. No comment there, but we really appreciate all your generosity towards Direct Relief. Thank you so much.
A little bit of a rough warehouse there. There's a lot of things that can very easily go wrong. I did not shoot the keratin in that room, but we will be coming back to it. We're going to be going to the lab and then coming back that way. There's a locked door in that room that we can't go through yet. So we're now approaching the lab. The lab is the basic idea of the story at the moment is Snake has been instructed to go to the lab to meet up with Granin. Granin is one of the lead developers on the Shagohards. It's not a Metal Gear. It's kind of like the prototype Metal Gear before Metal Gear became a thing. And we're going to go and meet up with him because he's going to tell us how we can destroy it and plot devices. Going to shoot the keratin across the room in here. He's just through that little door there. I've definitely got it. And now I'm going to remove that face paint from earlier. Equip the scientist
I'm not sure I could
camo.
waka quietly enough to indicate how far away that was. The correct shot all the same.
I was a bit confused with that one because the keratin definitely moved, but I got a caution, and you shouldn't get a caution from a keratin being hit. We do an intended warp here by wearing the scientist costume. We can go to prison and immediately get that frog. Again, this is another room that you wouldn't normally see during a speed run. But it's really handy to have that intended warp from being a scientist outside the compound. Oh, I decided to roll back inside for some bizarre reason. So we'll try that again. I'm still on the 3D camera, that's why.
With all the waka wakas going on, does anybody else think of Fozzie the Bear?
What do you think you're doing?
Yes, that did come up in chat earlier, so absolutely, you're not the only one.
I'm just trying to figure that one out.
Before I heard the sound, I was convinced this was all just an inside Fozzie the Bear joke.
No, understandable. As our resident Muppets expert here, I think.
Wait, who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, uh-oh.
All right, so we're making our way through to Granin's lab. We're going to grab this very important cigar gas spray. The Metal Gear Solid 3 takes a lot of cues from James Bond. And they actually talk about it in Codex. Gonna bump these
waka waka.
bumping these scientists on the way around. because the scientists realize that we're not a fellow scientist. We don't look anything like one of them, as you can probably tell by the very stereotypical balding elderly gentleman facade that the scientists have got going on. But just by bumping into them, it resets their investigation phase, so that they don't then realize and cause an alert. We're going to use a similar trick in an upcoming room. We're sort of, as I say, resetting this investigation phase sort of thing that guards go into. Because when we go back outside, once again, the guards are going to see a scientist outside, and they're going to be like, you should be inside, and they're going to try and get me to go back in. And that is where the all-important and powerful cardboard box comes into play. So as I run towards the exit, a guard's going to spot me. I'm going to quickly equip the cardboard box and unequip it, and that resets him. What? As I say, so powerful. We're now going to equip that animals camo that I talked about earlier. Get out my...
inside the box.
You are. The box is very useful in most games in the series, but I really do think MGS3 is the best version of the cardboard box. We missed that. We deliberately missed that keratin on the way in because we wanted to get it now. I'm going to give that guy a couple of shots.
You were actively aiming at it on the way back out, so
yeah,
only makes sense.
Yeah, that shot without a silenced weapon was deliberate. It moves that dog and gets us into this position. So we're now fighting the fear, and the fear is a complete cheese fest here. We're going to run over to this tree and use the fake death pill. This fake death pill tricks guards and bosses into thinking that Snake has died. Going to wait for the fear to start walking towards me, and now use the revival pill. Warning, there will be a white flash on screen because we're going to hit a stun grenade. And now I'm just going to stay out of the way, and that is the fear. So for some reason, and no one really understands why, if you hit the fear with a stun grenade, he will automatically, all lethal damage to him from then on is converted to non-lethal damage. We don't know why, but it's really helpful for that fight. Because we can just let the traps in the trees do their work. This is Warehouse 2, and I need to concentrate.
What's wrong?
And that's Warehouse 2.
Wow.
Very good. And now that you're out of there,
for European Extreme, it is considered one of the hardest rooms in the game. We make it even more harder in keratins by adding the keratin there, because it's so difficult to try and root the keratin in the first time round. The main trick that you saw there is called the box headshot. So you'll notice that whilst I was wearing the cardboard box, I unequipped the box and immediately shot a guard. When a guard notices a cardboard box, they slightly droop. They sort of bend their knees slightly, sort of investigate by looking downwards, and that puts them at exactly the right line of height for Snake to shoot them in the head. And it is a really well-timed trick. Really glad I got that room first try. I'm going to do a CQC slam on that guy. I'm going to shoot there to distract this next guard. And I talked about cooking grenades to hide footsteps. We do that again here. Enter our cardboard box here, just so that I don't get spotted by the next guards. I'm going to do a bit more CQC slamming. I'm going to CQC slam this guy. I'm going to over here, CQC slam this guy. And then we're going to go into another room that you usually wouldn't enter in a speedrun. This is Fat Gorny East. We've got
moment code in.
Go for it.
We had a $500 donation come in from Figure. Their comment says, Champions of Light, a reference to that newly opened incentive. I did want to clarify too that incentive, if we unlock it, we get to see that famous dance scene in Alan Wake 2. So make sure you're getting those donations in. And when you donate, make sure you scroll to the bottom and put it towards the incentives so we can see that dance scene and see more Alan Wake 2.
Nice.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Figure.
Back into Smack West, and we are now going into probably the most famous fight in Metal Gear Solid 3. This is the fight against the End. The End is an elderly sniper. There is a cheese strat that we won't be using. You can only use it in casual play, where you turn the game console off, save the game, turn the game console off, and then come back like a week later, and the End will have died of old age. But we're not doing that. 1, 2, 3. So we shoot the End 3 times. He always appears there at the very start. We're now going to run over here, and we want the End to teleport to a specific location. So we're going to waste some time here with 7 kicks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm now going to throw a smoke grenade over yonder. Wait for it to explode. That's going to stop the End immediately just attacking me. Because when you make a bunch of noise after you've not interacted with the End for a short time, he immediately teleports to one of his sniping positions and shoots you. By standing in that specific location, it means that he will spawn here. As I said, we use the smoke grenade to stop him. And now I need to sort of keep him in a loop. I'm going to hold him up. We don't want him to run away. Listen for his weapon. Now going to throw a stun grenade at his face. Look up so I don't get hit by it. 2 more discar sprays. A smoke grenade to the face. Don't want to get hit by that. Now I don't actually want to end the fight just yet. I want to get the End down to as little stamina as I possibly can without defeating him. I'm going to stand here. And I'm going to punch. He's going to run away, and that is fine. We're going to part ways, and we're going to say I'm going to say bye to him just for the moment. If this was an any % run, we'd have finished the fight there and then. But this isn't. This is a keratin run, and we've got 3 keratins to get in the End's arena because this his arena is split into 3 different rooms. So there's the first one. And the trick that we use to get the End to teleport to where we wanted him to be, we'll do the exact same thing here in Sacramento West. So I'm going to come up to here. The frog in this room is just down here, so I'm going to shoot him. And then I'm going to go and stand in a very specific location so that it forces the End to teleport to one sniping location. It has to be a sniping location that he can see me from. Which is why we stand behind this rock. So throw smoke grenades. Smoke grenade goes off. Make a couple of shots. That should cause him to teleport and be up here. And that is the fight. But it's not over yet. Because now, as we finish the fight, we can stand here, and the frog is just over in those trees. I think I got it. We can use the D mic just to double check. But yeah, that was the end. And as I say, it's just so much more interesting. Adding in the keratins to that fight, it's really cool. When I first started running and routing this, I'd do the fight and then go around and collect them all afterwards. But sort of routing it in and doing the smoke grenade again, it just makes that fight so. It's already a really dumb way of doing that fight, and it just makes it even dumber. We are now moving into the Grozny Gorgy tunnel. People who played this game know exactly what this bit is. We do have a keratin frog to get, but I am going to, as is tradition with the Metal Gear Solid 3 speedrun, particularly marathons, tradition dictates that we are now just going to have a moment of silence for one of history's best gaming moments.
07's in chat, if you would.
What a thrill.
The incomparable Cynthia Harrell, everyone.
Unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Gives me
Fantastic.
goosebumps every time.
The
Thank you.
stomach growls is that's the
That's the only thing with you do get Snake's stomach growls accompanying the music. So it's quite wonderful. So now we're into the mountains. We're going to be using this is where the cardboard box and being able to go up and down hills sort of really comes into its own. We're going to use the cigar spray because the cigar spray is really good at taking out some of these guards really quietly. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to go for a bit of a roll. You may notice while Snake is rolling through the air, his camo increases by about 5%. And that's just enough to avoid any of the guards to my left and right spotting me. It's really handy. We'll take out this one, and then we've got the frog just before we leave the room. Pop the silencer back on it. There we go. And swap to the next gun. Here in Mountainside, by standing in the exact spot that we start in, we immediately headshot a guard. You don't have to do anything for that. You just stand there and shoot. And for some reason, Snake is perfectly placed to immediately take that guard out. I'm going to hop up here and take that guard out. You can do a box headshot on that guard, but it's quite tricky. And oh, and I re-equipped the box. Wasn't supposed to re-equip the box there. Oh, well, you get to see that guard get taken out again in case you missed it first time round. And he's down. Yeah, we're just moving through the mountains here. Now is probably a good time for some more donations.
Yeah, you've got it. Just an update. We're at $75 out of that 1,000 to unlock the Herald of Darkness and the dance. So make sure you're putting your donations towards that when they're coming in. We did have a reference to a previous boss here. $25 from Delfino Plaza Guy that says, "The pain is my reset demon. Thanks for taking care of that pimply man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much."
Say, if that name's any indication to playing Mario Sunshine, I imagine you probably know a few things about reset demons. That game's full of them.
You can
keep them coming.
You got it. We had a $100 donation just come in from Suave Peanut, who just says Alan Wake 2. Thank you so much. That did bump us up to 175. Yeah, absolutely. 100% Alan Wake 2. Which was the name of every Pokemon from yesterday's Pokemon run.
Except for Alolan.
Except for Alolan.
That was technically different.
I wonder what Alan Wake's Alolan form is.
Scratch, maybe? But let's not get into that. That's spoilers for a different run.
There's something wrong. Support unit, confirm their status.
There we go. Now into Mountains 3. This is a bit of a tricky room, requires some very good timing. So hopefully I can get through this quite nicely. We'll roll over this guy. Oh, he just spotted me as I rolled over him. That's fine. Take another crack at it. Run to here. Roll that. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, perhaps unsurprisingly, the open areas are some of the most difficult because sight lines from enemies crossing each other, the movement has to be extremely precise.
There we go. Use the box again to get up the hill nice and quickly. We're going to use the box here to distract a guard up top. And then deliberately slow myself down so that guard doesn't see me. I know this is another really tricky room in this run. But we can do it. We can get there. Luckily, we don't have to take out the frog yet. We will be coming back to this room very briefly. That's better. I didn't fall down the ditch this time. We can go across the top, which is a little faster. What I've got to do is make this roll. That's better. There we go. Third time's the charm. And now we just move up into the ruins.
Third try, first try?
Yeah, something
Every
like that.
time. Yes.
Every time. Okay.
First try. We shoot the frog, who is all the way over there. That tower is really interesting. There is a 3DS version of this game where all of the frogs are in different locations, and they're also replaced with by
Yoshi
Yoshis.
doll. Yes.
The bike chase that we're going to do later, the Yoshi doll is on top of that tower during the first section of the bike chase. It is, across both versions of the game, the hardest one to get. It was horrible, because also you're playing at a 12 FPS
version of that sequence.
Version of that game. Yeah, just horrible.
And that was before new 3DS, wasn't it? So there's no way to adjust that at all.
Oh. Ooh. It's just slightly too slow shooting that frog. I shouldn't have rolled down. It's right. We'll get it right. We'll get it right this time. Roll up there. Roll over there. And stop and shoot it from here. It's a little easier to shoot it from here. There we go. Cool. No problem. Right, we're now going into one of the trickiest bosses as well. This is the that rail is one of the hardest bosses in the entire game. No, we're moving on to the Fury. The Fury there's a lot of RNG with the Fury. We can try and manipulate him a little bit, but it's a little tricky. Luckily, we can shoot his frog. I will hear it. There we go. We shoot that frog now. We don't have to shoot the frog during the fight, which is a blessing. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna concentrate on this fight and deal with the Fury's RNG.
My shoe!
He's going for he's gone for a fly.
Hey Kyle, based on what you're hearing here, what would you guess the Fury's background is and what you're seeing?
Hold on, let me... There you go. As in, what was their previous job? I'm gonna, as silly as it would be, I would say maybe a firefighter.
Okay, reasonable guess.
But knowing
just
Kojima reasons, how about a barista?
So yeah, the Fury is actually, in this version of history, the first person into outer space.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, thank you for clarifying. I should have known. I should have known.
I can confirm he is not being very nice to me.
Nick's not letting his temper get to him.
One other beauty... Oh, no. One other beauty about the cardboard box is it's flame-proof. Which, yes,
Yep,
I know
that
doesn't make any sense for a cardboard box to be fireproof, but it is. No, that way, Snake. Turn that way.
As long as it's not secretly an asbestos box, that would be a bad way for Snake to go.
He's gone for a fly. He's flown again. He's really not giving me good RNG here.
If the Fury was the first man in space, is his name Blaze Aldrin?
Well, I mean, Yuri Gagarin, but...
Hey, I can't find a fire pun there.
No.
Fury Gagarin?
There we go. Perfect.
We're doing it.
So what you're saying is that it's very easy to get hot and bothered in this room?
It does seem that way,
Certainly
especially today.
is.
Okay.
He's gone for another fly. Where is he? Where's here? He's saying over here. I don't know where here is. There he is. Here we go. Oh God, he got up straight away. There we go. This is mean. This is the Fury being really, really mean. You'll notice that on subsequent attempts, we can manipulate his first position. His first position can always be there as long as I'm holding down straight away. Oh, this is better RNG. Gonna try and get him to fire. And now if he just... No, he's not going... he's going to go for a fly. The bit where he sort of stops and hangs about and like gets ready to go for another fly. That's the RNG that we want. Where is he? I've only got one more combo to do on him. Oh, sugar.
You're not getting away from me.
Yes, he stopped. And that's the fight.
Yo.
God.
Great job.
Oh, wow. That was so mean. He was not fun at all.
He got you a little heated, huh?
There's no frog in that bit. Oh, God. Now here in Groznygrad, and Groznygrad, we've got quite a bit of a detour from a usual 80% run because we've got quite a lot of frogs to get. There's 4 frogs in the main areas. So I'm going to just come to here. I'm going to lean around this corner and take that guard out, which has got me a caution. That's okay. We'll try and get rid of that caution later. This next frog is here. I want to be relatively close to it. I saw it bounce. That's fine. Now we're going to go through, and in this next room, because I've got a caution, I'm going to deliberately get spotted just to reset the room and reset the caution. We don't want that caution to continue because it's going to cause me some problems. So immediately get spotted, reset the room, and then we can carry on. So the next frog is just on the corner of the building here. Which shoot him straight away. There we go. Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Gonna come around here. There's that guard that I got found by starts there. I'm gonna do avoid cardboard box C. We don't want it. Gonna trank roll that guard. And now we're gonna go for a bit of a vent. A bit of a vent crawl. The next room frog is in this vent, and we transfer into that room from this vent. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a crawl to do through here. So yeah, now's another good time for some messages as we're just crawling through vents for a minute or so.
You've got it. First off, I want to let you know we have passed $31,000 raised for direct relief. Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone. Unbelievable. Also, we have got all the way up to $780 towards that $1,000 needed for that Herald of Darkness and the dance. Thanks to a donation from Figure for $100 that says Alan Wake 2. We got that. We got your $500 donation from earlier. We are getting so close to that. Get those donations in. Let's get that met. Thank you all so much.
Oh, that is amazing. Well done, everyone.
Chat absolutely getting in on the funds as we crawl our way through the vents. Let's see, we've got comments including Edible Tangerine saying, well, what a turn of events. And Sirius A8, well, Snake was always a little sus.
I was about to say something along the lines of, let's call an emergency meeting while we're venting.
So we've
I did have a
already got
donation that came in during the ladder climb from Waffles for $5 that said, this ladder looks scary. And was that guy trapped in a cardboard box of emotion? I want to see the Alan Wake 2 dance. We're getting close. Thank you so much for that donation.
take that guy out. We've already got the frog in this room. It was the one that was in the vent. We just went in and went back out again. And now we have what I think is the coolest frog in the run. So we're gonna come to about stand here. I'm gonna wait for a guard to come around the corner. I'm gonna shoot him in the leg, and he's gonna spot me. We're gonna quickly run this one back.
I mean, to be fair to him, you did shoot him in the leg.
I did shoot him in the leg.
I would probably try to look at something that shot me in the leg if I got the chance.
Try this again. And he spotted me again. I think I need to stand just a little further forwards so that I can get past his line of sight quicker.
Up the stairs, yeah.
There is another strategy to this room where you throw a smoke grenade, but recently I've been finding that to be really inconsistent. That's better. There we go. And that should cause Rykov, the guy who looks surprisingly like Raiden, to stand here. And now, whilst I have him in a chokehold, we're going to shoot the frog. Yep. So I love that frog. I just love that we get to shoot that frog whilst we have Rykov in a chokehold.
A little bit of multitasking.
Indeed. Rykov here looks like Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2. He is actually of no relation whatsoever. It is just an in-joke because Kojima liked the idea of people being able to beat Rykov up. Here, we're going to swap to the olive drab uniform. We're not going to swap to Rykov's uniform just yet. Do you like glitches in your speedrun? Hands up if you like glitches in your speedrun.
I do.
You can't see it, but my hand's up right now.
Let's have a box glide.
All right, so how and why does that work?
I believe it's got something to do with like the snake's model inside the box being sort of clipped into the side of the wall, and so the game pushes you in the only direction it can think to move. Yeah, got it. Cool. So now I can use the Rykov uniform. You can't use guns whilst you've got the Rykov uniform on. And if I'd entered here in the animals camo, these guards at the end of the room would have immediately spotted me. So we have to just quickly swap to the olive drab just to get that frog.
Sir.
So we're now going into an unskippable torture cutscene. It is really, really horrible, and as a lot of runners do, we actually mute the in-game audio at this point. You'll see the subtitles. It's all in first person. Snake's got a bag over his head, but it's horrible. Volgin beats one guy up and then beats Snake up, and we don't want to listen to that. So whilst we've got the game audio muted, now's another really good time for some donations and messages.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Chat, thank you so much for all these donations coming in. We had a $75 donation from Hypersonic. No comment, but thank you so much. Just checking back in on our incentives here too. $780 out of 1,000 for that Herald of Darkness and the dance. We want to see those champions of light, so get your donations in towards that. And I put that challenge in to try to get to 32,000, representing half those 64 frogs we're doing. We're at $31,086, so just under 1,000 to go to meet that challenge. I did see in chat we are at 44 frogs. So if our count is right, we have 20 frogs to go.
That sounds about right for this point in the run. Still got a little bit more of this unskippable cutscene to go. So yeah, keep it coming.
Okay, you've got it. We've got a $5 anonymous donation, no comment. Thank you so much for that. And that is a reminder that every donation, big or small, with your name, without it, if you're anonymous, if you want to comment, if you don't want to comment, all of it is important, and all of it goes directly to Direct Relief, who is working on their response for Hurricanes Helene and Milton. If you want to learn more about them, go to directrelief.org. If you want to find out how to donate, type exclamation, I can't talk, exclamation mark donate in the chat, or go to gamesdonequick.com/donate. Let's try to get as much for them as we can. $31,000 up to this point in the marathon is absolutely amazing, and we still have so much amazing marathon left today.
You must have your limits.
Yeah, sure do. I'm going to be parked in my chair until the marathon's over. I know that much. But also, I think an explanation point is just a period. So,
yeah. And that does bring up the question of, do you call it an exclamation mark or an exclamation point? I have had heated debates about that with several friends. Please donate and let me know which one is right. I would love to know also where you're from, so we can help continue building our map of who says what and where.
What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, jeez. Did you throw up?
So you may have noticed there that I, whilst I was in the cure menu, I spanned Snake around. By spinning Snake 10 times in that menu, it causes him to throw up. And that triggers Johnny to come and open the door to investigate why we've thrown up. So it's a little similar to the prison break from Metal Gear Solid 1. We're going to throw a smoke grenade at our next frog, that one.
Froggy.
And now make our way outside. I need to very quickly swap to the rat that I killed and use the smoke grenade here once again to silence Snake's footsteps, so he doesn't get spotted by any of these guards. Make our way up.
Of course, we've also got chat mentioning, it sounds like we've got some programmers here who are calling that mark a bang. as in one half of the interrobang punctuation mark.
Northwest here is the only outside area of Groznygrad that we haven't got the frog for yet, but we'll be coming back here after the next section. Oh, that smoke grenade did not go off as quick as I was expecting it to. So quickly run that back. Move to here. Throw. There we go. That's better. And then we're going to throw. Yep.
So these frogs, do they have a purpose in lore, or is it just a Kojima thing?
Just a Kojima thing.
Okay.
Just a thing that's a little bit funny. It does appear that we are losing the frogs in the remake Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, but they appear to have been replaced by camouflaged geckos. So the geckos are the duck equivalents of the keratin frog, and when the noise they make is a gaga gaga instead. So yeah, some of the screenshots that have come out of like TGS showed that they're all sort of like one's wearing a ghillie suit, one's like wearing a rock suit so that it blends in with the rocks. And I was able to see one screenshot of where one of them was located, and it was different to where a frog would have been in the same room. So it looks like all of the geckos in Snake Eater Delta are going to be in new locations, which is absolutely awesome for me, because I will definitely be speedrunning getting all of the geckos when Delta comes out. So yeah, if you want to see that, there's a reason to give me a follow over on Twitch.
And do I understand right? They're all Lady Gaga fans. Is that what you said?
But no, Kyle, if you didn't know, to give you an idea of the kind of just Kojima things, the original PS2 releases of this game also had a side mode called Snake vs. Monkey, where you were capturing the apes from Ape Escape.
Yeah. Oh, we love Kojima.
In response to that, Ape Escape 3 has a bonus game called Metal Gear Solid, where you play as Peepo Snake, which is a monkey dressed like Snake, and go through it. There's a whole little story. There's a whole little story for it. It's a really good speedrun as well.
Also, that was a boss fight, technically.
Technically, there was a boss fight. We just drown and instantly use the revival pill. We grabbed some SAA bullets earlier so that I could shoot that frog.
Froggy.
Should be noted for anyone who's thinking you didn't get the frog in the Sorrow and you didn't get the frog in the sewers, there are no frogs in those rooms, so we don't have to worry about them. Roll over this log.
It seems like sewers is a perfect place for frogs, though.
You would think so. There's actually frogs. There's actually frogs swimming in the drainage ditches, but yeah, there's no keratin. Even though the game gives you this SAA ammo, we absolutely could shoot it. But no, there are no keratin frogs in the sewers for some bizarre reason.
By the way, real quick, we are closing in on this Herald of Darkness incentive. We're at 930 out of 1,000. Thank you so much for pushing us closer. We had a $100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much for pushing us even closer to meeting that incentive. Keep it coming.
Will chat get it done before I get the last frog? I think that's the question on everyone. That's the question on everyone's minds right now.
I think we're at 46 frogs right now, so we're closing in.
We're going to do our last little bit of admin here. I mentioned right at the start when I selected I like MGS3 that I wanted a camouflage, and it's this one, the Orzcam camo. Allows Snake to blend in a little bit with the surroundings of Groznygrad quite well, but more importantly, it means he's going to take 1/3 less damage from all sources coming up. Oh, no, I've equipped CNT and I want C3. There we go. So yeah, the Orzcam camo is absolutely fantastic at this portion of the game. Let's shoot the frog and head back up into Groznygrad. We get a really good example in this room of guard priority. In this game, we haven't really seen it much, partly because we skipped some of it in in all keratins, but guards have a priority order of what they're interested in. Oh, I moved a little bit too quick there to do that. So I'll try this again. Unfortunately, sometimes we do just have to slow down just a little bit.
Fine.
Stop there. There we go. So now, every single guard is more concerned about the fact that there is a guard unconscious on the floor than they are about Snake being in a cardboard box. So they completely ignore the cardboard box. If I was just walking around, they would have spotted me. But as I'm in a cardboard box, the fact that there's a cardboard box moving around is just not as important. And the guards are kind of on a hive mind in MGS3. They all doing something to one of them affects the rest of them. And that's actually how the Ocelot unit fight worked earlier. You know, I was shooting those guards in that order, affected every other guard in the room, and made sure that they did things differently. And here's another example of that hive mind. By taking a shot there, every single guard in this room is now going to go over to the other side of the room and investigate, all because one guard heard that shot.
Just cutting in real quick, we did just meet that Herald of Darkness incentive. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate your generosity.
Amazing. Well done.
And that happened at the 48 frog mark, if you were wondering.
Nice.
Yeah, we still got a full quarter of our frogs to go. So well done, chat.
So now can we hit that 32,000 in the last of those frogs? Let's see.
Just before I put this last C3 down, I'm gonna take out this engineer. I'm gonna take out the frog, which my community has lovingly named Knuckles. That is the Knuckles frog. I've only done this run in a marathon once before. I did it for Preventathon 4. Preventathon 3, sorry, Preventathon 4 is coming up soon. Hang on, I should probably concentrate on this before I tell that story. So this is Volgin, shot the frog. I now want to grab Volgin, kick him to the ground, use the SVD to get a load of pop shots off on him and shoot him in the head. And now we go into phase 2. Roll, wait for him to do his attack. And just rinse and repeat this. There we go, and that's Volgin. Ooh, nice.
That was shockingly fast.
It's a this is the bike chase. We want to try and do as much damage to the Shagohod as we can during the chase, because the more damage I do to him now, the less damage, the less health it's going to have during the end of the game. The frog in this room is here. Can hear it. I got it.
Yep. Yeah, despite what it looks like, we are technically doing damage here. Just a tiny little bit at a time.
Yeah, you can just see that the Shagohod's health has gone down just slightly. We have quite a lot of opportunity to do this. And no killing rule kind of goes out the window here as well. It is very easy for Snake to just get killed during these sections. So using the RPG is just much more optimal at this point. The only reason you'd go for non-lethal here is if you were going for a Foxhound run, which is where like you've got perfect stats. And you've seen the number of rooms I've reset. This is not on Foxhound level at the moment. So yeah, we're not gonna waste any time doing stuff too difficult. We're just gonna make our way through here.
And yeah, as was mentioned in chat, the end of that story was because you and the host for that marathon run were too busy talking about Knuckles, and that frog accidentally got missed.
That is correct. So just gonna shoot a few more of these, see if we can hit him. The next couple of rooms is just more of this, just shooting guards as we go through on the bike chase. So whatever you've got, give it to me.
You've got it. We're at $31,421, just over $500 away from $32K raised for direct relief. So let's keep those donations coming. And we did hit that Herald of Darkness incentive. Thanks in part to donations like this. $100 from Raiden, and it's early in the morning and I'm not warmed up, so we're doing it in the low octave. They say, still in a dream, Snake Eater. Thank you so much for that. And we had a $50 anonymous donation, no comment. Thank you so much for that. It's appreciated. Another $50 anonymous donation. The generosity today is through the roof. Thank you so much. Keep it going. Let's raise as much as we can for direct relief. We appreciate you.
And in the meantime, we're just, doing an exciting motorcycle chase, making sure to hit extra karatans along the way. No big deal.
This one's really nice. This one's really nice. Eva comes back and just sort of sits there. I've already shot her a couple of times. The main problem that we have with the bike chase from here on out is you can't return to these rooms. If we get to the end, and we've missed the frog, that's it. The run's dead. There are no continues, my friend. For the most part, it's not too much of a problem. There's plenty of time to reset the room. You just blast the floor next to you. Snake takes the death. Can't use the fake death pill in the bike section. But yeah, it's relatively easy to reset the room. There is one that it isn't. We'll talk about that one later. The frog's on for a little while in this room. I've not done a very good job of the strategy for this room. The best thing to do here is to take out the passengers only. The driver's a really lousy shot, and they only have handguns as opposed to the SMGs that the sidecar guys have. So, and they don't respawn if you only shoot the sidecar guy. But I do now need to swap to the SVD. The frog is there. There we go. See it bouncing. We will hear it as we go past as well. There we go, that's that one, and that's that one. There's only one more. So these guys will continue to shoot me, but their aim is lousy, the shots don't do a lot. This is just the easiest way of just getting through this section. There is going to be one more that respawns areas. Can I get the sidecar driver only? There we go. That's it. We can just plain sail in for 2 seconds as we head towards the wig. And that is our escape point. The wig, yeah, we've made it out. Oh, no, this Shagahod destroyed it in a cutscene. Let's whip out that SVD once more for the next frog, which is all the way over there. I'm pretty sure I saw it bounce, but we'll play it safe. Yep, now we've definitely got that. And again, we should hear it on the way past. And now we have our second opportunity to get as much damage done to the Shagahod. We use the quick reloads, which is quickly equipping and unequipping the RPG to get as many shots in as possible, which is an absolute killer on the fingers, mashing this over and over again. If you do shoot it in slightly the wrong place, then it kind of makes the Shagahod stall, which is what happened there. I'm just got to keep trying to shoot it. We want to get it at least a third of its health gone, ideally. There is an upper limit, but you very rarely hit it on European Extreme. So keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. There we go, we're done. Through to the rail bridge. There's a frog here on the rail bridge. We have to stand up because it's hidden. There he is. Shoot that one. Drop back down. We've got 4 of these C3s to destroy. 1, 2, 3, and the last one we have to shoot after the Shagahod is on the bridge. The idea being that the whole thing collapses whilst it's on. Snake has perfect aim when he's not in first person, he says. Okay.
Still counts.
Still counts, we're good. And now we move to the Shagahod fight itself. We take 1 shot there to keep it in place. The frog is on there, and I'm going to just blast it and hope I hit it. I can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it on the... I figured we would when we came back around.
And now we want to try and keep the Shagahod in a loop. So I'm going to try and shoot it twice when its iframes are up, and then shoot the tire treads. Hopefully Eva stays still. It's going to stay there. And again, shoot the tread. That's good, that's good. It's still moving. We might lose this here. Yeah. So we kept it going for a while though. So we're kind of now at sort of the whim of how this fight goes. We kind of go into a sort of casual version of the fight, but I did most of the damage before the loot got lost. So we kind of just have to wait for Eva to finally get around to the other side of it. If she can just stay still. Come on, Eva, stay still. Oh, not quite sure how I got it from that angle, but I did. And one more hit. And we move into phase 2 of the fight. We take one pop shot there, grab the SVD, pop Volgan in the heads, another shot from the RPG, another shot from the SVD, rinse and repeat, and that is the Shago hard fight. Wahoo!
Jeez.
We move on to the rail bridge. So we're in the second part of the bike chase now. And here's another good time for donations, but just before we do, I mentioned that there are some frogs which are really difficult to get. The next frog, the frog in this room is right at the end of the room. You literally have, if you miss it, 2 seconds to reset the room before the run is dead. It's not too bad on European Extreme because we have very little health to begin with. But I have lost world record runs to this frog. My community have lovingly dubbed it Hell Frog as a result. Yeah, we're just going to be blasting our way through here. So go for any more donations.
Absolutely, you got it. Just wanted to give you a heads up. If you are donating and you want to make an effect on one of these bid wars that we've got open, we do have a character choice bid war for Sonic Advance. Amy in the lead, followed by Tails and Knuckles, and Sonic has literally $0 towards him. I don't know what Sonic did to upset you all, but somebody come out and give him a little bit of love, or just throw it all towards Amy. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, wherever your heart brings you, is the right answer.
Knuckles.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah, Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Look, he's tougher than the rest of them. The best.
What a summoning ritual we're doing here. We did have a $10 donation from Dimmer. No comment provided, but thank you so much for that donation. We appreciate it. You are helping us cruise up towards $32,000. How much would you say we have left in the run, Nick?
We've got about 10 minutes, I would think.
All right, only 10 minutes. Let's see if we can hit that 32K in the next 10 minutes here. Let's make it happen. Chat, hit bang donate in the chat or gamesdonequick.com/donate to get your donations in now.
I see what you did there.
I figure we'll go programmer language for that one.
Very good. Also, don't forget our Waka Wakas. We had one at the end of the last room and one just there.
Froggy?
Unfortunately, we cannot play as Big the Cat in Sonic Advance.
Aw.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You're just not trying hard enough.
Chat, donate to Big the Frog. Write in donations.
Might as well.
Big the Frog.
It all goes to direct relief.
Jeez, thank you. Big the Cat. Look, it's my Sonic OC. Please do not steal.
As you can tell, there's not really a lot going on in the bike chase other than just trying to take out these guards as quickly as possible so that we take as little damage. I do have some life medicine on backup just in case. We should be okay. Did recently discover this log here. You can destroy it or you can choose to ignore it. It plays a little cutscene of Snake getting hit by it, and then Eva shouts, "You stink." If you get hit by it, and it's actually faster by like 1/10 of a second. It is faster to get hit by the log. The only thing is we're on European Extreme, and that log would probably kill me. So yeah, if you're playing on very easy difficulty, then yeah, go for it. Get hit by the log. Get Eva's "You stink" line. Right, we take out a couple of those before swapping to the RPG and getting ready for our next frog, which is here. I got it. So that is all of the bike chase frogs now done. We only have, I want to say 3. Yes, 3 more frogs to go. We are at 61 out of 64. Assuming I hit them all. If I missed any of them.
Chat's count is a little behind then.
Oh.
They have us still in the 50s, so I guess we'll find out.
Or maybe
if I am behind, I'm definitely not that far behind. I'd hope not.
I want to verify, did we get the hell frog?
We did get the hell frog, yes.
Well done, well done.
And then another frog very shortly after at the beginning of the next room.
Actually, if chat have got it to 51, it might be there's 54 frogs and not 64 frogs. I might have got my number of frogs wrong.
No, they were at 58 when you brought that up.
Oh, okay. So maybe it is 64. You'd think I'd know these things.
You're busy with other things right now, I would say.
I'm here to shoot, not to do maths. All right, we are done with the bike chase. A very long segment, but at least we made it out the other side alive, and that's the important thing. Eva thinks she's a really, really good motorcyclist. Unfortunately, we get into a massive crash. We have to do a bit more inventory. We ignore Snake for this part. We give Eva some food. Snake has to go hungry. Sorry, Snake. And then for curing, again, we only need to cure Eva. Like paramedic is like, you must prioritize yourself over Eva. And we're like, nah, Eva's more important. So yeah, Snake's gonna like continue on this section with a cart and a burn, but he's fine. He'll just walk it off. No problem. And you know, to sort of take it out on Eva, we're just gonna leave her behind. We don't have to take her with her for this first part. We do now. So we're now on the escort section. Ooh. Normally in an any % run, you'd go right, and there would be no problems whatsoever. You just walk all the way to the other side, no guards would come to you, and everything would be hunky-dory. But the Keratin Frog is on the left-hand side of this room, so we have to go this way, and guards do follow you to the left-hand side, so we have to take some guards out. I'm just waiting for the first one to come. There he is. Take him out. Hoping another one might come around so I could at least shoot him. Nope. All right. That's fine. Just keep an eye out just in case.
It's a lovely day for an escort mission, wouldn't you say?
Shoot our froggy. Keep an eye out just in case any guards do come around the corner. It looks like they're leaving me alone. Yo, spoke too soon.
There they are.
I think I'm all right at this point. We should be far enough away where they're not going to catch up. Those could be very famous last words. Yeah, we should be fine. I can't see them behind us. And we just have to wait for Eva. Eva's quite slow here, and her AI is very funky. We try and make sure that we don't get too far away from her, because if we do, there's a very good chance that she will go off on a wild tangent. Like she might go south around that log, just for the hell of it. And yeah, we don't want that to happen. So we try and keep her nice and close. That's the first of those 2 rooms. As always, we've got a little bit more work to do here. So we take this guard out first, beckon Eva to follow. That guard in the bottom right has moved, so we can go up behind this tree. Take that one out. Take that guard out, and we just need to take these 2 guards out. Let's come to here. Oh, missed. That's fine. They just move forward. They can't see me here because the tree and the hill there acts as a block, and they can't see through that block. We now get to shoot the Freeg. This is the Freeg. We actually get a decent close-up view of the frog now. But yeah, my community lovingly call that one the Freeg because it costs no time at all to take him out. It's the easiest. That is the second to last frog in the entire game, and it's the easiest, which is lovely. Kick this plant. Kicking that plant distracts this guard down here, and he's now going to run all the way around to try and investigate the noise. Take out a couple of these guards from across the room. There we go. and just wait for Eva to catch up. I'm gonna make sure that Eva sees me drop down.
I'm so hungry.
Because if she doesn't see Snake drop down here, there's a good chance she'll get to the edge and go, Snake, where did you go? And then wander all the way back to the start of the room. There is one more guard in the room, but we can go past him. He's very, very laser focused on what's directly in front of him. Either that or he's just saying really, really still so he doesn't get bitten by that snake. And from here, we move into the final boss. But it's the ending of the final boss is not quite the end of the run. There is one more frog. There is one frog in her room. I need to try and keep her in a loop. So I'm going to concentrate and finish strong, hopefully. So equip the Mosing the gun. Shoot her in the head twice and slam her to the ground. I'm going to use a stun grenade, so warning, white light. Turn around so I don't get stunned by it. Put the Mosing the gun. Wait for her iframes. Oh, I missed that second shot. I just need her to... There we go. Need her to do that. And CQC slam her. She's now less than... She's had more than half of her stamina gone, so we can't use stun grenades anymore. So I just need to wait for her to run away so that we can reset.
Brace yourself.
CQC. And I missed that shot again. I'm going to play this super safe now. I don't want to... Just going to equip the life medicine just in case. Really don't want to have to restart this fight.
Get ready.
There we go. Oh, I didn't even shoot that second time. I'm glad I equipped that life medicine. Reset the fight again. Come on, boss.
Let's see what you're made of.
That's better. And slam. That is the boss defeated. I still need the frog, which is there. And that is all 64 keratin frogs.
We've even got our friendly achievement notification in the corner. So.
Yeah, I reset the achievement so I know straight away. So the run hasn't quite ended yet. There is this little unskippable cutscene of the boss sort of giving her dying words, and then we've got a section in the wig where we play a game of Russian roulette with Ocelot, and time will be when I fire the shot from my gun on Ocelot. For official timings, we'd actually watch through the whole credits, but we don't do that during a marathon. And then the score screen at the end actually shows the keratin rank. But yeah, I already know that we did hit every single frog, which is fantastic. So just whilst this plays out, it's a good opportunity to do my outro. Thank you to everyone who's been watching and donating. A huge thank you to the huge donation that made this keratin run possible. I've been NickRPGreen. You can find me by searching NickRPGreen on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you go and look for stuff. I'm probably there just with the same handle. I'm currently doing my own little mini project where I'm playing all 5 games in the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection with the intention of running all 5 of them back to back. And that should be, hopefully that run is coming up soon on my schedule. Yeah, we're gonna shoot the boss in just a second.
Boss and one snake.
And that's the shot on the boss. And then we now have the little Russian roulette with Ocelot. So roll to the right. So time will be when my gun fires. Time.
GG.
And that was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater European Extreme with all of the keratin frogs. I will mute the audio because the ending piece of music here, Way to Fall, is lovely, but Konami is quite trigger happy when it comes to copyright strikes and stuff. Can say it was about just over a minute under world record. So that was a really good pace for a marathon run. I'm really pleased with that. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to GDQ for so quickly getting this event together for such a great cause. It's been absolutely amazing seeing all the staff come together so quickly to turn this around in like less than 2 weeks. It's just amazing. So well done, and thank you to everyone who's been donating and watching. I'll let my lovely commentators take over.
Sure. Yeah. No, same sentiment from me. I have family in the Tampa Bay area and in Western North Carolina. So needless to say, this event means a lot to me to be able to support them in ways other than just checking in with them and making sure they're okay, which gratefully I found that everybody that I know in those areas is. But for so many other people, they haven't been so lucky to be able to raise money through direct relief for their communities means a ton to me. So thank you. If you ever want to see me, get involved with charity marathons. That's where I am most of the time. Happy dude.
Hi, my name is OG. Sorry, I had a that's a frog in my throat. Yeah. I am OGHappydude. You can find me everywhere, social media, Twitch, YouTube as OGHappydude. I share the same sentiments. I am really happy that we've been able to collectively get together as one giant, massive community and raise over $31,000 so far. I personally don't have any family that lives in those areas, but there's a lot of people within the streamer communities that I am a part of that have been affected by this. Sky Bills was on the other day saying that she herself has been affected pretty heavily by this, and even though like I don't have a lot of funds, just being able to donate my time and being a part of this on the couch, and I've also been behind the donation stations for this event. It has been heartwarming, and thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone that has donated throughout the course of the event.
Yeah. Thank you all. Hope you've enjoyed the run. And with that, I will hand back over to our host.